Hello, it's Denaria. I'm here for video number 3. We're going to be doing turns today. So, in line dancing, you have what's considered 1, 2, 3, or 4 walls. Typically, a dance will restart on the front wall, or it may restart on the back wall, or it may be a 4-wall dance. So you typically hear 1 wall, 2 wall, or 4 wall. I only know of a couple of dances that are 3-wall dances, but it's important to be able to transition and do your turns. And in order to do that, you need to understand pretty much math. You have 360 degrees around, all right? So I'm going to face back. We're going to say that I'm facing my front wall. If I wanted to do a left half turn, I would step with my right and pivot for a half. So that's a pivot turn. You can also do a quarter pivot. If you step with your right and do a quarter pivot, you're going to end up on your left wall. Step, quarter pivot, step, quarter pivot, step, quarter pivot. I just did 4 left quarters. The opposite is also true. If I wanted to do a half pivot, to the right, I would step with my left and do a half pivot to my right. Or I could also do quarter pivots. Step with your left, quarter pivot to your right. Step with your left, quarter pivot to the right, step left, quarter pivot, step, quarter pivot. So that is your basic pivot turn. You can also do what's called an about face, or you may hear it called a military turn. It's where the right foot goes behind, so that would be a half about face to your right. If I want to do a half about face to the left, I take the left foot, put it behind, and do a reverse turn. Okay? So we've done our pivots, the about face. The next one I want to show you is called a rock easy, which I understand to be different than a walk easy. So your rock easy, for half, your right foot goes behind, and you actually rock into a pivot, which is different than an about face. Remember, the about face went behind, and you pivot. The rock easy, you actually rock and turn. It's a 1 and 2. All right? Your left rock easy would be your left foot going behind, and you would rock easy to the left. 1 and 2. Whereas your about face is a 1 turn. Okay? You can also do a quarter rock easy by rocking that right hip out. That's a quarter rock easy. You can do a quarter rock easy to your left. Quarter rock easy. Another turn is, I'm going to call it an and 1. So you're actually doing a crossover to turn. If I did left, right, and half turn, that's an and 1. I can do the same thing going to the right. Right, left, pivot, turn. All right, I can also do a full turn back to this front wall. So a full turn is a full 360 degrees around, whereas a half turn is 180. Your quarter is 90, all right? So let's try our full turn with the and 1, left, right. So you're going to step left, cross over with your right to do a full turn back to the front. Your right foot might be slightly behind. Same thing if you want to go to the right. Right, left, cross over, spin back to the front. All right? So let's see. Let's review. Step pivot for a half on your right foot to turn over the left. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step, pivot, half, turn, repeat, pivot, half, turn. So 2 halves make a full. Let's try the left. 5, 6, 7, step left, pivot, half right, left, pivot, half right. All right. Now, what I would like to do is show you a reverse full turn, and I will do it from a shuffle to the right. So a reverse full means you're going to go over the opposite shoulder. So I'm sorry, instead of going forward into a turn, you go reverse. So let me demonstrate. Shuffle to the right, full turn. That's a full about face turn. Or if I shuffle to the left, shuffle to the left, full about face. If a dance has a turn in it and you're not comfortable doing that turn, you do not have to turn. Different people don't turn for different reasons. Sometimes it's because it makes them really, really dizzy, or they have an illness, or maybe an injury that does not allow you to turn. So if that dance, for example, has a shuffle to the left full turn, just rock it back. I said left, so shuffle to the right full turn, or shuffle to the left turn. You do not have to do that turn unless you want to, okay? There are some dances that have a full and a quarter, and usually it's a pivot or an and one, or it could be a military, reverse, forward. So if I wanted to do a full turn, I just cross over and do a full. There are dances, like I said, that you might have a quarter and a half. So let me show you, for example, if I cha-cha, step, turn, and 1, 2, 3, rock back. So that was a full and a quarter. Cha-cha, step half, right, left, right, rock back. So it became a full and a quarter because I ended up coming to this wall. All right? So that is what the turns look like when they are combined together. And there's so many different combinations that can have you into a full and a quarter, a full and a half, a double. You may see some dancers do what look like it's a triple. So it really just kind of depends on the choreography of the dance, but I'm here to basically show you some of the basic turns. Now, I mentioned that there's a difference between a rock easy and a walk easy. So I've always done a rock easy where you rock back and shift your weight. A walk easy is more of a right, left. You're still going in the same direction, but your feet change. So a rock into a pivot is what I understand as a rock easy. A walk easy, and again, if the terminology is wrong, someone you send me a message and let me know, but this is what I learned as a walk easy. Right, left. So it's not a pivot, it's actually a walk. When would you use that potentially? Right, left, then cha-cha up. You could also do that with a rock easy. I'm going to switch beat. Rock easy, and 1, 2, 3. So the count may be a little bit different depending upon how the choreographer put the dance together. All right? So let's review those turns again. Let's try our step pivot with the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, step half pivot. Repeat, step right foot, half pivot. Now let's try the left. 5, 6, 7, 8, step left, pivot half, step left, pivot half. Let's try our quarter pivots. We're going to step with the right, quarters to the left. 4 of them to go all the way around. 5, 6, 7, 8, step, quarter pivot, step, quarter pivot, step, quarter pivot, step. Now left goes front, quarter right, step, quarter right, step, quarter right, step, quarter right. Okay? Let's do an and one turn over the front. Actually, let's do our about face. 5, 6, 7, 8, about half turn. Now let's try your left about face with the left going behind. 5, 6, 7, 8, left behind, about. Let's go to the and 1 with your right step and your cross over to do a half. 5, 6, 7, 8, and step, pivot, turn. Let's do that right one again. 5, 6, 7, 8, right, left, cross, turn. Let's try the left. 5, 6, 7, 8, left, right, pivot, turn. 5, 6, repeat the same thing, left, right, pivot, turn. Let's try our rock easy for a half on the right, twice, and then we'll try twice on the left, and then we'll do quarter rock easies. 5, 6, 7, 8, rock easy, half, step, step. 5, 6, 7, 8, rock easy, half, right, left. Now that's with a step, step added in there. On the left, we're just going to do 2 rock easies continually so that we get back to the front for a full 5, 6, 7, 8, rock easy, rock easy. See the difference? So on the right, I step rock easy, right, left, rock easy, right, left. If I didn't want to do the right, left, rock easy, rock easy. Doesn't matter if it's on the left or the right, same thing. Rock easy, rock easy. So rock easy, R-O-C-K, versus a walk easy, W-A-L-K. Let's try the walk easy. 5, 6, 7, 8, right, left. All right, let's try another one. 5, 6, 7, 8, that's right, left. Let's try the left. 5, 6, walk easy, left, left, right. 5, 6, walk easy on the left with the left and a right. All right, there is also another way to move around in a circle to transition. And it doesn't have to be a full, it could be a quarter, it could be a half, but it's called a paddle. You may also hear it called a Josephine Johnny, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's a 4 count paddle, you might only paddle twice. 1, 2 for a quarter. If I was paddling for a half for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same way I paddle with my right, I can paddle with my left, but it's going to take me over the front, over my right shoulder. 5, 6, 7, 8, tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you paddle for a full? Absolutely. With your right foot. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. On the left, here we go with the 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? So those are some of the basic turns. I didn't add a lot of like combinations in there because I think it's enough to just kind of practice those turns to familiarize yourself with your front center wall for to transition to your half wall, which if that's the front, half of it's going to be the opposite. So if this is my new wall and I do a half, it's going to be behind me. Your quarters are always going to either be to the right or to the left. If I was doing a 3/4 turn, think about this as a pie. That would be 1 quarter, 2 quarter. I would end on my 3rd quarter. All right? Or 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter. So what would a 3/4 and let's do an and 1 3/4 and 3/4 turn would put me here. So I was going to end the video, but I think it's also important to go ahead and do that 3/4 turn because we do that quite a bit. Not necessarily with an and 1. It might be a paddle 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The point is, if you're doing a right 3/4, you're going to end up on your left quarter wall. If you do a left 3/4, you're going to end up on the opposite wall. So if I'm doing a left 3/4, I'm going that way and ending here. If I do a right 3/4, if it's forward, I'm going to go this way and end that way. If I'm doing a reverse, I'm still going to end on that wall. So if I do a 3/4 about face, I end on that wall. If I do a 3/4 about face with this foot, I end up here, okay? So a paddle around, forward, 3/4, over this shoulder, takes me here. Over this shoulder, takes me here. That's important for those who need to modify. So if you are told to do a 3/4, your modification is a quarter turn. So if everybody else is paddling around for a 3/4 turn to end up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, your modification, 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's where the new wall is going to be. All right, so I hope that didn't confuse you, but typically for modification on that 3/4, if the 3/4 is here, it's going to be a quarter the opposite direction to get there. So one more time, if I'm doing a 3/4 over this left shoulder to get over here, then it's a quarter to the right. If I'm doing a 3/4 right, then it's a quarter left, all right? So for those who like to modify or need to modify, I do have a modification series of dances that I'm teaching, and maybe you can kind of put them together and that'll help also. So hopefully this video was beneficial. Again, I'm here basically to offer basic steps for line dancing, for urban and soul line dancing, because my students have been looking for things and they can't find it, so I agreed to put together the videos. So again, thank you for your support, and hopefully this will help more people dance. All right, take care.